Hey there, my name is Kaylee, and when I was 15 years old, my life totally transformed. I was a really happy kid. I loved roller skating and anything to do with fashion. It was my deepest wish to someday become a fashion designer. I bought tons of magazines and cut out pictures of designer clothes to stick all over my room. Before I continue my story, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell too if you don't want to miss out on any more exciting stories. I had to stick pictures of clothes on the walls because I'd never be able to afford them. I lived alone with my mom and we didn't have much money. She was a nurse and my dad left us when I was about 5 years old. I haven't seen him since and he doesn't check up on me at all. The last I heard of him is that he moved to Spain with his new wife. I mean, that shouldn't bother me as much though because I had a really good relationship with my mom. She was fun and she was never bossy or annoying. She let me do whatever I wanted most of the time, but money was tight. I wasn't even sure how we'd pay for college, but I just remained hopeful that things would work out anyway. I went to a good high school, but I didn't really have many friends there. My friends were all part of my roller skating club, and every day after school, we'd go to the skate park. There was Carly, Stephanie, Bridget, and Madison.
Kylie, your skate is missing a wheel!
Bridget screamed while I was spinning around happily and trying out a new routine. I stopped abruptly and ended up falling over straight onto my head.
It was just a prank!
They all laughed. That is such a lame prank. I'll get you all back, don't worry, I shouted while getting up. My friends were like this most of the times, always playing lousy pranks. The next day, we decided to go to the mall after skating. We went to the food court and while I was chomping on the most delicious burrito in existence, Stephanie came up to me with a cute pink bottle.
Check out this amazing lotion sample I got from a nice lady. She gave it to me for free. It smells wonderful.
Without a second thought, I grabbed it and I poured some all over my hands. It was ketchup. Everyone laughed at me and Stephanie took a picture. Ugh, I'm so sick of you guys, I laughed. I wondered if we'd ever grow up or if we'd continue behaving like silly little kids forever. I had to walk home looking like a murder victim with ketchup all over my clothes. Anyway, this was how it went for weeks, so I didn't think much of what happened next. I was sitting at my computer browsing through the latest fashion trends one night, and my cell phone began ringing. I looked at it and there was a strange-looking number that I didn't recognize. I decided not to pick it up, but the person kept calling back for a whole 30 minutes. I was eventually so annoyed that I just picked up. "Hello?" I said.
"What's the bank account number?"
A deep voice replied. "What?" I said.
"The bank account number so I can wire the money."
He replied harshly. Ugh, it's these stupid girls playing pranks again, I thought. "Hold on, I need to check. I don't know it by heart," I said. I don't know why, but I found my bank account information and told whoever was on the other line.
"Expect the deposit sometime next week,"
he said and then hung up. Later that week, when I saw my friends again, I let them know that I found their latest prank completely idiotic.
But we didn't do that. Where would we even find an old guy to call you about money anyway? We don't talk to old men,
Bridget said. They all looked serious, but I figured that could have been a part of their prank too. 1 week later, I saw the mysterious number trying to call again. I picked up immediately. "Would you guys quit it already?" I said.
"Check your bank account to see if you've received the deposit,"
he said and hung up. I sighed and I went back to what I was doing, but then later, I thought I'd check my balance anyway. "Mom, how do I check my online banking again?" I screamed. My mom came upstairs to my room and we logged onto my bank account. Then, we sat there frozen in shock. My mom gasped.
"It's showing that you have a balance of over $4 million. How is that possible?"
She asked. I said.
"I've got to call the bank. This must be an error."
She said. "Mom, no, don't call them," I said. Then I told her the whole story about the man.
Okay, well, that is very weird. Let's wait about a week to see if it's a mistake.
Then what would we do after that week? I asked.
We will see.
Well, a week passed and the money was still there. I tried to call back the mysterious number, but it seemed like it had been disconnected.
Well, I guess you're rich now,
my mom said. "We're rich," I squealed.
"What should we do first?"
She asked. Why don't you quit your job? You've been working too hard, I said. She laughed. The next day, when I returned from school, my mom was home and she had a huge smile on her face.
Kylie, come here. There's someone I'd like you to meet.
I walked into our living room and saw a well-dressed, middle-aged man standing there.
This is John, our new butler.
She smiled. Hi, John. It's nice to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you too. I'm making your favorite food for dinner.
John was great. He cooked, he cleaned the house, and organized everything. But I felt that there was so much more we could do with our new fortune. Mom, I said later that night, I think we should sit down and make a plan.
We can get a new house. We can do so many things. Let's start writing.
We didn't get very far with our list. We just ended up talking about all the ways we could spend my new fortune. The next day, I skipped school to go house shopping with my mom. She hired a real estate agent and we drove to the wealthiest neighborhood in our area. This is it, I said. I was hardly able to contain my excitement. We had just toured the most magnificent mansion ever. It had 10 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, 3 living rooms, a massive dining room, a cinema, games room, and lots of other random rooms I could transform into whatever I wanted. The best part was that the backyard was so huge that I could build my own roller skating rink. Maybe I could even start my own club. I was so excited. We closed the deal the same day and moved in by the end of the week. We had to hire more staff though. There was no way we could take care of the property ourselves. We hired a cook, 3 maids, and we kept our butler John for smaller tasks. He didn't do much, but I figured we had enough money to pay him, so why not keep him? My new room was almost bigger than our old house. Everything was so luxurious. I had a diamond chandelier, my furniture was gold-plated, and my view was fantastic. My favorite part was the walk-in closet, which I could literally skate in. The only problem was that it was empty. I've got to fill this up, I thought. I went to the mall and I bought all the clothes and all the shoes that I wanted. I felt so relieved. I'd usually walk past these stores wondering if I'd ever be able to afford anything in there. And now I had enough money to buy the entire store. I think I spent that whole day shopping. I didn't even bother to try the clothes and the shoes on. If I wasn't sure, I'd buy 2 sizes just in case. The butler helped me carry everything to our luxury car, which was waiting outside. When I got home, I filled up my closet and danced around happily. Wow, I'll never have to cut pictures out of magazines again. I'll have everything right here, I thought. Then I decided I should treat my friends. I called them all and I told them to meet me at the most expensive restaurant in town.
This is another prank, right?
Bridget asked. No, it isn't. I'll tell you about everything that happened when I see you guys, I said, and then I hung up. That night, they all showed up.
You're really gonna buy us dinner here?
Stephanie said. Yep. Now let's go inside, I said. We had a magnificent 3-course dinner and I decided to tell them what happened while we were eating desserts.
$4 billion just like that?
Madison asked. Yeah, I thought it was a prank by you girls, but it turns out it wasn't. And I still have no idea where it came from, I said.
Well, what are you planning to do with it?
Stephanie asked. I told them about my plans. I wanted to start my own fashion business and drop out of school. I also wanted to build my own skate rink.
Sounds amazing,
she said. Yes, and I'd like you guys to run it. They've already started working on it, and when it's done, I'll name it after us. We're gonna have so much fun, I said. They all looked so excited. Oh, and I also got some presents for you guys, I said. I called John and he brought their gifts. The latest iPhone for each of my friends and the most expensive roller skates.
Oh my gosh, you shouldn't have!
They squealed. It made me feel very happy to bring so much joy to my friends. Life continued to improve drastically for me and my mom. She quit her job and decided that she'd just like to relax for a while. She looked brighter, happier, and much calmer. So I decided to approach her with my ideas. Mom, I want to drop out of school to work on my fashion career.
What if it doesn't work out? You're only 15. How will you manage all of that?
It will work out. Maybe we can hire an agent to help me. It makes no sense finishing school and going to college if I already have all I need here.
Okay, fine. Do what you want,
she said while gulping down another glass of wine. But she looked very uncertain. I wasn't sure why. I also want my friends to help me run the roller skating rink we're building in the backyard.
Fine, dear. It's your money anyway.
I instantly went online and ordered a whole bunch of materials I need for my studio. I spent the next few days designing my studio and looking for a suitable agent to help me build my career. A few months later, and everything was set up smoothly. I'd already started promoting my brand of clothes and even had a few sales. The roller skating rink was finished. We hired people to take care of it during the day, and on afternoons and weekends, my friends took over. We made a good bit of money from that, which I was able to share with them. My mom used to disappear during the day, though. I knew she was somewhere in the mansion, but I wasn't sure where. Then, one afternoon, as I went downstairs to find something to do because I was tired of designing, I heard a shuffle in the pantry. Oh no, I hope I don't have rats, I thought. I opened the pantry and found my mom in there with the butler. They were kissing. She looked at me and froze.
I can explain. He's really my boyfriend, and he didn't have a job, so I just pretended he was the butler. Please forgive me for not telling you sooner.
Mom, ew. Whatever, it's your life, I said and ran back upstairs trying to forget what I had just seen. That explained why she was so happy lately. Anyway, I continued to grow in fame, and before I knew it, I was on the cover of magazines, and people were even writing books about me. I swear, I pinched myself a few times a day trying to check whether or not I was actually in a dream. Then one night, I heard my phone ringing and recognized the same strange number. I picked it up immediately.
Listen, there's been a mistake. I'm at your house. Open the front door.
He said and hung up. I ran downstairs and told my mom what happened. We decided to open the door. A very tall, heavily built man in a tuxedo was standing there. He let himself in.
The money. I need it all back, or I'm going to be seriously hurt.
What? But you gave it to us, then disappeared. How can you ask us to return it now?
My mom said, shocked.
I can't tell you everything, but I work for some very bad people. They don't make their money doing anything good or honest. My boss asked me to wire some money, and he gave me a bank account number, but it turns out that I read one number incorrectly. I sent it to you by accident, and the original recipient is very angry.
I sat down because I was too disappointed to stand. I thought for a while. Listen, do you like working for these people? I asked.
Not really.
Do they know you made this mistake? I asked.
They will know very soon, and if I can't return the money, I'm done for.
Well then, I have an idea. I can sell this house and everything in it. We'll each take a third of the money, leave the country, change our identities, and start over. I've always wanted to go to Switzerland anyway.
That doesn't seem like a bad idea.
My mom took a bit of persuading, but she eventually came around. We sold everything, and one day, we just disappeared into thin air. Me, my mom, and my new stepfather, John. I felt sad that I never got to explain what happened to my friends and that I never said goodbye, but I hope that one day I will be able to make it up to them. We live in a big, comfortable house in the Alps now. I can't tell you my new name because I'm trying not to be discovered. I went back to school and I tried to pretend that I'm an ordinary teenager, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to start my fashion business again when I leave.